This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. Me, it's CGB, and today in the arena, it's hammer time. Can't touch this. I might make a lot of those jokes. So this is it hammer? Is it a hammer? It ain't an Allen wrench. It is the Colossus hammer, and just really more of an is it equipment type deck, but definitely a proper contender for Jank Week. Let's go down the list. So what we're mainly trying to do is equip some all manner of silly equipment to various things and use the abilities of cards that work well with equipment. The two primary ones are Dalikos, the Crafter of Wonders, which for 1 and a blue and a red is a 2/4 legendary Merfolk Artificer. This taps for 2 mana, but you can only use it to cast artifact spells or activate the abilities. Then the equipped creatures you control have flying and they have haste. So the main thing we like here is the hasty part, because as you're going to see, we have some other issues with the other abilities, all of them. Although the 2 mana can come through in a pinch, but 3 mana for a 2/4 also isn't the worst body that we've ever seen, so that has something to do with this card. But the other card is Fervent Champion, which says that equip abilities you activate that target the champion cost 3 less to activate. Red mages may still not know that exists. But, you know, when their sword is lit, it's full of Anyway, but in this particular deck, we're trying to use Fervent Champion in a more interesting way than you may be used to. We are trying to attach the Colossus Hammer to it. This is a 1 mana artifact that gives +10/+10 and loses flying. Do not forget that the creature loses flying. That overrides the equipped creature's gain flying. So just if you're ever thinking that you're going to have a flying +10/+10 when you have a Dalikos on the field, you're not. It loses flying. You just can't carry this hammer on a plane. It doesn't fit in the carry-on. Anyway, we also have Shadow Spear, which for a much lower cost can make your Fervent Champion useful. A Mask of Immolation, which is a very cheap equipment type source that does have some application, mainly like a bad removal spell. 4 Scorching Dragonfires for a good removal spell. Mirror Shield. This is kind of a key card in the deck in a weird way. Equipped creature gets +0/+2 and hexproof, and whenever a creature with Death Touch becomes blocked or blocked, destroy that creature. Which nobody remembers how this card works. But the mirror, like kind of one of our key sequences to make sure that we actually have a creature to eventually put our hammer on is turn 1 Fervent Champion, turn 2 Mirror Shield, equip it for free. You get a 1/3 hexproof creature that can block and hold off a lot of what the opponent's trying to do. 4 Brazen Borrowers are there to keep us alive and defend us against various bad things. We talked about Dalikos. 3 Saheelis. This is actually a pretty key card in the deck too, as I hope I'll show you some of the tricks, but because Saheeli makes a 1/1 with each thing that we play, and because the -2 actually turns an artifact into a copy of another artifact, you can do pretty cool things. Like you can equip the Shadow Spear to the Fervent Champion, and if you have a hammer on the battlefield, you can turn the Shadow Spear into, yes, a hammer. Yeah, baby. Anyway, the Royal Scions, sometimes you need that +2/+0 first strike and trample on your 10/10, so a little bit of trample action. 3 Karn the Great Creators. This enables a wish board that we'll talk about in just a second. It also can turn your equipments into creatures so that you can equip equipment to equipment. Don't ask. 1 Shimmer Dragon. This is another way to get a hexproof threat that can draw a bunch of cards. If you get into the late game, this card can steal a game that was otherwise lost because you ran out of power. 1 Embercleave because, you know, if there's something better than suiting up with the hammer, how about throwing an Embercleave on the hammer, hitting for 20-something. 3 Stonecoil Serpents, which are a pretty cool key card in the deck. You can play them for cheaper with the Crafter of Wonders, and they get kind of big pretty fast, but they also just provide a cheap body that you can suit up. Then in the mana base, we don't have too much fancy stuff. Our mana requirements are mostly reasonable. Brazen Borrower is one of the only things that can be tough to cast. And we want a lot of untapped lands so we can play Fervent Champion and all the other stuff on curve. So 2 Temples of Epiphany, 4 Steam Vents, 1 Fabled Passage. Pretty, actually really straightforward on the mana base. And then the sideboard, this is the wish board that Karn can go fetch in best of 1. 1 hammer, so we have access to more hammers. 1 Scrabbling Claws can hit the graveyard a little bit. Honestly, I think I should have updated that into a lantern. There we go. Another Shadow Sphere, a Vantress Gargoyle if you just want a body that might be able to attack in the air. A Golden Egg if you want life and a card. A Mirror Shield because this card actually, like I said, is a little better than we think it is in this deck. Sorceress Spyglass, there's things to shut down. Wings of Hubris, give something flying, I guess. Don't forget how that works with the hammer, though. Amizium Tank, not sure when I would fetch this, but who knows? Things happen. The Entrancing Liar, which is a way to lock down 1 creature, which it's very mana intensive, but sometimes Dalitos makes that possible. Mystic Forge to try to get card advantage. An Embercleave because, you know, a God Pharaoh's statue, just who knows? Maybe they missed their first 5 land drops and you just want to tilt them into a rage quit immediately. A Meteor Golem to blow up a thing, a Stonecoil Serpent to provide a threat, and that is our wish board for Karn, the Great Frickin' Creator. All right, I think I've introduced the entire deck. Are you ready to dive in and let the hammer time nonsense begin? I know I am. Jank Week rolls on. I don't know. I don't know what this hand actually does. Then again, Jank, I don't know what Jank does. Draw Fervent Champion will be great. Get the Mirror Shield on a Brazen Borrower will be great, I think. Love Struck Beast, huh? Oh, well, looky. Look what I found. Let's do this. Oh yeah. Fervent Champion's gonna be lit. We need the opponent to tap mana. If they hold up a Bone Crusher Giant, it would be bad, but no, it's a temple. Okay. Double Lovestruck Beast. Gross. Here is the champion. Here's your shield. Here is the Shadow Spear. Let's go. Let's rock and frickin' roll, baby. It's the mighty Fervent Champion. Have you ever seen a champion this fervent with such a sword and such a shield? Just Javier Dominguez living Javier's best life. Our opponent's still reading all the things this card does now. Must be tilting. So Brazen Borrower can target a Lovestruck Beast. If we draw a land, we can play a Karn. If it's a red land, we can fetch an Embercleave. Okay, here we go. The beast is loose. I think the opponent will attack with both. That makes sense. And now we can Petty Theft this Lovestruck Beast. Opponent so far on Jund Lovestruck Beast. Jund Lovestruck Beast Tribal. How about we attack you? Yes, good. I suppose we're flashing in a Brazen Borrower so that we can attack through the air. It's about that simple. Let's try to squeeze some damage here or there. Fabled Passage. Find a forest. Here comes... Really? We are still Lovestruck Beast Tribal up in there. Yeah, I mean, I bounced one, so it makes sense. No attacks. Our opponent wants to play defense. Alright, here's my Borrower. Ooh, we drew a land. It's really tempting, so... What are we on? We're on like a 3-turn clock here. Let's put the shield on the Borrower. So it has hexproof. And we'll move over the Shadow Spear as well. And that's a 3-turn clock in the air with lifelink. So the opponent has to figure out how to deal with that. Woe Strider. Is this some kind of a Mayhem Devil deck too? Is this what's become of food? Have they resorted to just spamming Lovestruck Beast as many times as they can? No attacks. Alright, Borrower, hit him. Down to 4. Play the Great Creator. If they did anything with food, this would shut it down, but I don't even see any food here. Let's go fetch something from the sideboard to help us close the game. I think our opponent's a long way from being attacked by this gargoyle. Let's grab the cleave. Send a message, right? Opponent's probably going to scry the heck out of their library and try to find a solution. If they run Corvold, I guess Corvold is a card. But Corvold versus Embercleave be interesting for sure. All right, hey, welcome to Scry City. Massacre Girl? Is that the kind of thing that they need? 1, 2. They would need a 3 or a way to kill another creature. And they take the draw. They didn't sacrifice the Lovestruck Beast, which I found weird, and they scooped it up. Yeah, boy. Show me my hand. Alright. Shadow Spear, Fervent Champion, Dalikos, Saheeli. Seems fun. We even get to play turn 1 Champion, turn 2 Shadow Spear, and get the Scryland played. Ride. Ride to glory. Paradise Druid. Why not? So, I definitely don't know for sure I'll be able to Dragonfire that. So let's hook it up. A little bit of gain, a little bit of beatings. Yeah. Yep. This combo getting assembled. Combo getting assembled. Don't do it. What? Squeeze me? Really? You're going to blow up my land? Well, I could blow up your land. But it's also really tempting to get the Mirror Shield down. How much land destruction do you think the opponent actually plans to use on me? Well, if I can delay it for even a turn, I should just do that. Yeah, see how you like it. You might have something waiting on the top end like Casualties of War. Oh, it must be nice to go first, play Paradise Druid into land destruction. Never let the opponent play their 3-drops. Underworld Ragehound. Okay, that attacks each combat if able. Oh, come and get it. Alright, let's definitely make sure nothing happens to our Fervent Champion so that it can eat these Ragehounds. Our opponent's gonna become the Ragehound. Just you wait. Of course, if they have an Embercleave. Well, that's what they call game, friends. Bet you wish you still had another Tectonic Rift now. That's what you get. Another Paradise Druid, okay. So what's left of your hand? feel like I should get Saheeli on the battlefield, but there's nothing good to copy yet. Let's get the Dalakos out. Actually a decent blocker as well. Behold the flying hastiness. Also, we could make the Paradise Druid lose the hexproof if we wanted to, which if we ever want to kill it, something worth knowing. But yeah, I'm just going to save this. My hexproof champion is going to eat this Rage Hound. Sure. Is permanence your opponent's control? Why not? Flux on him. Land destruction and things with 1 toughness. That's the theme of the deck. 2 on top. That's not good. All right. Well, we can play Saheeli. I wonder if we also want to move things over here, or if the Fervent Champion is just that great. Let's see. Yeah, we'll save this blocker and we'll attack for 2. I think the opponent has another land destruction spell. What else would you scry to the top in your land destruction deck? Questing Beast? Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. That would be a problem. Although, does somebody who has Mythic wildcards really play this deck? All commons and uncommons. Oh, they got me. They showed me, everybody. They sure showed me. Are they going to Emblem, though? They Emblem, I'm okay. I think I can make a servo with the Scorching Dragonfire, turn it into an equipment, equip it to the Dalakos, and kill the Chandra if they Emblem. I mean, what are they really going to do with it? If they minus it, I kill the Chandra. They can't minus it to take out anything without Chandra dying. So yeah, Chandra Awaken Inferno, shining again. Chandra targets Dalakos. Yeah, boy. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Love it. Stonecoil Serpent's not a bad one either. Let's see if the... Well, this has Trample, right? I'm curious if the opponent will try to block with the Paradise Druid here. Remember, they kept the other card on top too, so they have something else. If it's 2 Chandras in a row, or just even 2 Mythics. You're gonna see CGB have a meltdown. Okay, we are doing it like this.
What? That's it?
Yeah, really trying to keep Chandra around. Scorching Dragonfire. If I save this for another turn, it can be a lot bigger. Like twice the current size. So yeah, let's save you. Wow!
Anyone who stands in my way is getting sizzled.
Epic!
Well, that's spicy.
Spicy indeed. Alright. Well, I think we're going to fight our way through back-to-back Chandras with a Fervent Champion holding a bunch of equipment, so... I think that says a lot. Alright, come on down, Serpent. Let's rock and roll here. 4/4, protection from multicolored reach. Lots of fun abilities. What does your passage find you? Pretty bad top deck from them. This Rage Hound is probably about to come out, but it won't really matter. I guess it tangos pretty well with the Stonecoil Serpent. The opponent says good game. They're not even gonna bring out the Rage Hound. Not gonna bring out the Dogs of Rage. I would bring out my Rage Hound. 2 Fervent Champions and a Dalikos. Can this be the time? Can we achieve Prime Directive and equip a hammer? We'll have to draw a hammer. Gates. Oh boy. Ride, baby, ride. Just wait till you experience the double champion. Okay. I guess I'll keep a Brazen Borrower. The amount of pressure we can apply here is epic. Yep, Fervent. Okay, so the opponent did nothing for the first 2 turns, and now they have white mana as well. Something crazy must be coming. It's a guild summit, so they are the full-blown gate machine. Do I bounce this? They might be going in for Circuitous Route next turn, whereas I play this. This is a good card, but it doesn't work with our hand at all right now. Maybe we'll just hold it up. The opponent goes for the Circuitous Route, we can bounce the guild summit, and then they don't draw the cards. And if they do nothing, or if they sweep the board, we can play Borrower and keep attacking. Because we are not going to win the long game. We need to shorten this. Alright. Anything else? No? Okay, I'm just moving in then. Forget bouncing stuff, let's attack. Saheeli. Sure. Actually, I don't know. Gates Ablaze doesn't kill this, so I'm gonna play that as well. Double Fervent Champion and Brazen Borrower. Can they still smork? Can they get the aggro on? Alright, Gates Ablaze hits for 3 here. Not 4. Alright, can we draw 2 damage? Sort of. Man, I could make this, what, a 7/7? Or I could have the opponent at 2. Again, Gates Ablaze, like if I play this as 5, how are they going to deal with it? They're not. Yeah, we want the opponent at 2 here. That way one blocker won't save them. And it's still big enough to survive another Gates Ablaze. Oh my god, the awkward beatdown. The very awkward beatdown. Ooh, Plaza. That's not good. If this were a Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, they've got the Colossus. They can block here. Take 2. We needed an equipment. Did we draw an equipment? Hell no. Alright. What do I do? I guess we play you. Like I said, we're not going to win the long game. We have to try to win this, like, now. Opponent will block the Colossus on the Stone Coil. Should let the damage deal. Makes a critter, exiles that thing. Land go. We're going to need a draw off the top that isn't a land. It's going to have to do something. Remember, equipped creatures gain flying. So if the opponent plays like a Gatebreaker Ram on the ground and we draw a Shadow Spear, we get airborne. Stop touching your gates. Just cut it out. Alright? Manual taps. Sure. Ugh. Okay. Become a 0/0. It's not a good thing to copy. All right, I got a very large one as well. Eight versus 8. Come on, I want Dalikos to bring this win. I want to draw some kind of equipment for lethal. Come on. Yeah, I had a feeling that was sitting in the hand. Oh, are we copying? I think we're copying. Yep. Our opponent's an expansion player. So this is it. Wait, are they dead? Or they have to draw a Plaza of Harmony? I thought they already played a land. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, it was 5 last turn. Yeah, so they need to draw into a Plaza of Harmony here to stay alive, I think. Because otherwise they have to block here and they take 3. And they do. They did it. And another Colossus. Amazing how that worked out. Okay, come on, equipment. Come on. If they can top deck what they want... That was lame. This is lame. Show me your Archangel so I can concede. I'm mad. I just want out now. Just finish me. That's pretty good too. I still win with a Shadow Spear. Uh-huh. The Hydroid Crisis can't block the Stonecoil Serpent. Protection from multicolor. Of course I'm not blocking. My only hope is the top deck. Our opponent has 2 open. If they're playing the best gate in the game, which is negate, then I probably can't win. It doesn't do it. That does not do it. Ah, that was painful. Very, very painful. Huh, okay. Well, Mask, Dragonfire. Maybe we end up going big with the Shimmer. The Shimmer Dragon, who knows? A mountain, you say? Let's see. You have a shock? I don't think that was a shock. Now I got a Mask of Immolation. I can sacrifice my things to deal damage to your things. Dragonfire off the top. Okay. Yeah. I think they're sitting on a Bone Crusher Giant. Let's put this out for 3. Okay. A lot of nothing you're doing over there. Maybe your runaway Steamkin plan got derailed by the Mask? It's possible. They certainly look like mono red. Oh, come on, blue mana. Don't do me like that. I am not talking to you, Siri. Siri's getting stir crazy too. So our opponent is proving that they can take a lot of damage. All right. Sure. So now their plan is to Bone Crusher Giant in response to me sacrificing. Little do they know, I have other great options. I could just bounce this. It's one of their only creatures without haste. Yeah, let's do it. That's easy enough. So the best bounce targets in the deck are Embercleave itself, Torbrand, and Runaway Steamkin. If they had a Torbrand, they could have played it there. They didn't. If they had an Embercleave, they're not doing much to make sure it gets cast. All right. We're just going to keep attacking you since you're not attacking me. They are playing a dangerous game, I would say. Okay. Steamkin. There still aren't good targets for this Bone Crusher giant. If it targets this, we sacrifice it in response and they don't get the giant side, which I'm sure they want. So let's point this Dragonfire at the Steamkin. And they finally Bone Crushed the face. Yep. This waiting game has come to an end, but they're going to be at 7 life at the end of it. Facing flash flying threats. That's not good for them. I feel like they played this way too carefully. The rest of their hand must be more Steamkins and more Bone Crusher Giants, because they played as if that was the only option they had, and we haven't seen them hit a ton of land drops either. I mean, they hit up to 4 just fine, but they must have more of these. Maybe light up the stage as well. Yeah. That reeks of a light up the stage. They're being way too careful. They should have just Bone Crushed this and let the giant side go, or cast the giant side to try to trade. They're playing a red deck the way I would, which is for the value. But we'll see. Maybe they can still pull this off. Okay. Want to attack? You don't want to attack? Here's the Borrower. This is lethal. They're going to have to shock this, I think. And the opponent says, good game. And they scoop. Alright. I was deciding whether or not a Brazen Borrower on this Fervent Champion is the right play, or a Scorching Dragonfire. I think it would be the Brazen Borrower. Even though this is a really cheap recast, with 1 mana open, they would have to shock this Brazen Borrower. They would go down to like 3. I'd have another flash threat that they could die to at any time. And the mask itself could start pinging their face. Another interesting oddball of a hand, but when you have removal and you're on the draw, you can't be too upset. I don't think we play a 1 mana Stone Coil, though. The card is exponentially better as a 2/2, and even better as a 4/4. Oh boy, we get to do this stuff. Let's see what the opponent puts on the stack before we're deciding if we're going to Dragonfire or borrow this. Heliod. Alright, Dragonfire. 2 less devotion in this world. Mirror Shield. Trying to decide, like, where is a good Stone Coil size, or do we just want to have this shield on the battlefield? Let's get this down. Who knows? Maybe we'll power it up with Karn and attack with it. That is a card. That is a card. And it will have to be bounced. Do. Can't touch this, dude. Do. Go away. At least for now. Don't know how we're going to overcome that, really. But we'll start by making it take a little trip. And then what do we do? Fetch Embercleave? We could play a Reach Serpent to keep the Archon from hitting the Karn as well. Okay. Ooh, another Borrower. Okay. So yeah, we're going to borrow that. Keep it up. And then we'll play the other Borrower, I suppose, and then we'll have a blocker for the Karn. Or maybe we'll just play a 5/5 Stone Coil to cut it off as well. No, stop. Stop, you're doing too many cool things. I can't take it. Alright. How are we going to get around this? Draw Embercleave, win? I guess. The opponent's about to gain 1,000,000 life. But I guess Embercleave is a good first step. Man, the hammer still costs too much, and I don't have a Saheeli to copy the hammer and equip it that way. See what happens. The Archon probably just won't block. Makes sense. Cleave it. Cleave it up! What else can we do? Now we've got a flyer over here. We could move this, but I don't think that's a good idea. But we could make this thing hexproof next turn with the mirror shield. Oh my god. It's too much. It's way too much. Alright. We definitely need to somehow get a hammer on one of these. Oh, please. Please stop. It's too upsetting. The Heliod doesn't attack. Crazy. Saheeli. Okay. When in doubt, right? Let's do stuff. Hammer. Alright, I guess we say go? I could move this over here, these could attack me. If I move it over here, then I can take on the Pride Mate in theory, right? That's the good news. Having this up here, this Archon can't attack without a counter. There's 2 life about to go off so they can grow the Archon. Yeah, we'll just say go. Need them to make a mistake or play too cautiously. But white decks don't do that. They just play out their hand, and everything they have gains life. So, feels bad. Alright, everybody's coming in. I can't do anything about it. That's a lot of life, too. I don't think I can kill him. But, well, wait. 24? 24. I think I can do, like, 30. How much is this? Plus 10? Oh, yeah, it's gonna lose flying, though. It's gonna lose flying. It's not good. I guess these get in the way. So I probably can't kill the opponent. What are you doing? I need a Shadow Spear. I need life gain as well. But at the very least, I get to do the thing, right? This is the thing that we all wanted to see. I could move this over for free. Turn the Mirror Shield into a hammer. I can also equip this, right? For 5. Then I can't Saheeli. Could hold this back to block. I do need the blockers, right? So, yeah. Like this here, or this, turn the shield into it, and move the Embercleave here. Alright. I guess we should do the cheaper thing.
You've never seen anything
It's a lot more damage if I do that. It doesn't even threaten lethal, right? 10, 12, 24. It's too easy. Alright. Come on. Put this over here. Submit. Auto pay. Oozes flying, but it does have the extra 2 power. And we can't change it at instant speed, for those of you wondering how that works. So, target artifact you control becomes a copy. So, the target is the shield. The artifact we're copying is the hammer.
Is destruction your only art?
Oh, it's my art. Loses flying. Swings. Nope, didn't mean to attack with that. Needed to attack with just one. Ah. Sometimes I move too fast. I think I'm still dead, though. I don't think anything matters. A Stone Cold Serpent and a block here and a block there doesn't save me. Yep, pretty rude. Pretty bad attack on my part. Would have at least forced them to chump a little bit. Alright, well, one day. That can block, but then we die. Sad! I equipped the hammer, but I misplayed. The ways I start clicking sometimes blow my own mind. The hammer is cursed. I can't win with it. But we're going to try anyway, because this is the first hand I think I've ever seen where it's like all the combo pieces coming together. If we had a mirror shield, it would be perfect. Oh! They thought I was mono red. My best hand yet. That's why I should have led with the hammer, everybody. Why I should have led with the hammer, I guess. If I led with a hammer, they'd never scoop that way. Never. It's the mono red side effects. But hey, just put Fervent Champions in your deck if you want some free wins. If you really want those dailies, you don't even have to play Magic. Which I think is what mono red players really want anyway. They just don't want to play Magic. Alright. Ooh, can we do it twice in a row? This hand is so much worse than the last one. We might never draw the hammer. We might never draw the Saheeli. So, like, it's significantly worse. I want that other hand back. And it's another blue-black deck, too. Alright. What do you say? Are you tougher than the last blue-black mage? Yes, you are. They stuck around long enough to figure out it wasn't mono red. We're screwed. And they kept on top. And I'm flooding. Nah. I want the other hand. I want the other hand. Let's not. Alright. Try third time's a charm. One quick scoop to another. Can I find me a game? I just want to redeem myself for the cursed hammer and the misplays. Alright. Mirror Shield makes another appearance. I think Scorching Dragonfire has to go. We'll get to the fireside chat, I'm sure, but Scorching Dragonfire? Pretty much required to defeat mono red, but this deck as a deck isn't built for the meta anyway, so something more versatile. Bone Crusher Giant would have won me a few games, where Scorching Dragonfire has failed me. Oh, we're saying go. What you got over there? Suit up. You will not touch my fervent champion. What would be amazing is another fervent champion and another mirror shield. 2/3/3 first striking hexproof haste. That would be hot. Can we do it? Can we get it? Black white. Is it a cat deck? It's a knight deck. Has death touch, but I has the first strikes. Well, it also is multicolored. Let's see if the opponent knows how the first strikes work. Don't block. You don't want to block. I mean, I know I'm like, yeah, no, It's not gonna do what you want it to do. No, don't do it. Don't do it, Wintermore Commander. Don't throw away your life so needlessly. Okay. Let's bring this out. Protection from multicolor. We'll test our opponent's knowledge of protection as well. Death touch. Whenever it attacks a knight you control, gains indestructible until end of turn. Oh yeah, there's a lot of words on these cards. Nobody knows what they all do. Don't worry about it. Just attack. Just attack. Midnight Reaper. Okay. Let's Dragonfire that out of existence and keep the aggression coming. This way the opponent doesn't draw a card. It's possible I should have bounced it with Brazen Borrower since it takes a lot of their mana and does not have haste. And then I'd have a 3/1 flash ready to go at some point. The Borrower could still be useful against an Embercleave if it comes to that, but I don't know. Not quite sure what my opponent's version of Knights is all about here. Conclave Tribunal can't target the Fervent Champion, so they go after the Mirror Shield and they leave the Stonecoil Serpent? Okay. Well, I got some bad news for you. I brought another. Yeah, I'm not just the mad lad with a mirror shield, I'm the mad lad with multiple mirror shield in my deck. What say you? Wintermore Commander, are you ready to throw away your life needlessly now? And they're reading their Conclave Tribunal like, didn't I just get rid of this card? What the heck happened? Drop them to 9. Double Tournament Grounds. You could Embercleave out of nowhere. Just saying. This seems like a black-white knight deck, but of course we've only seen 2 spells. 3 spells. You got exiled. Oh, we smitten in here? Okay. Gains a life. 2/1 lifelink, sure. That can block the Serpent. Balmir Knight can also block the Serpent, and that probably needs to die. Of course, we can wait. We can Dragonfire it, say, after blockers or something like that. What would Brazen Borrower bounce? This is a much bigger problem for the Fervent Champion now because of the multiple toughness. Alright, so let's send it away. It also doesn't have an Adventurer or an ETB. Shimmer Dragon. Okay. See how the opponent blocks here. Right, move that out of the way. The opponent gets to keep their lifelinker, which they can attack us with now. So that was a pretty good Pretty good play. Is it time to make the Stone Coil Serpent hexproof? I guess so. I guess so. I should have left the Fervent Champion back to cut off the Smitten Swordmaster. That was an oops. The Jank brings out... Now, what am I saying? I was going to say that Jank brings out the worst in me, but I don't need Jank to make misplays. All I need is hours and hours of magic every day, and eventually it happens. Sometimes the game is still really good, though. So I still want to share it. That's a problem. I guess I have a block for it, but... Our opponent's going to start gaining life now. That is a really good knight. Shimmer Dragon may have to flap its wings here. Commander returns. I'm wondering if the opponent will go for an attack. There's a lot of risk to it. They know about Scorching Dragonfire. But yeah, they're pulling it together. Their black-white knight deck now has things. Okay. They cast that as a 2/3. And the attack, we can block. But they gain. And now we are firmly behind. Way behind. But if we draw a land, we get Shimmer Dragon. Okay. A very big Shimmer Dragon. And we can tap these to draw a card. So that's a card that can put us back in the race. Did I forget to attack? Too excited. Too happy about the Shimmer. Our opponent has a lot of good stuff they can do, though. Wintermoor Commander has Death Touch. Can pass out some indestructible, although the Stone Coil can eat it if it attacks. But it can give something else indestructible. They have a Knight of the Ebon Legion, which they can pump multiple times. And that can leave a big mark on my face. Their Cavalier of Night can get back a Smitten Swordmaster, which that's not terribly good. But yeah, if they were at 7, I'd be in a much better spot. Rankle? Okay, well now I'm glad I kept it. Now I'm glad I have this blocker. That's very nice. How fortunate. How fortunate. I don't have anything that can trade with this knight, but right now the opponent can't pump it. So why would they attack with it? If they weren't going to attack with this, they should have attacked with the knight first. Oh well. Alright. Telling other people how to play when I can't play. Classic CGB. Alright, Mirror Shield. Let's suit up. This is going to be hexproof if I draw one more artifact. This is a better blocker, but right now it's just a trade anyway. This having 7 toughness doesn't matter. Let's put it over here. Actually, hold on. First, let's tap our Mirror Shield and tap our Mirror Shield to draw a card. They do the same thing whether they're tapped or untapped. If we found another artifact, this would be hexproof anyway. As it is, we find Fervent Champion. I still think I want this here. Now, we're drawing 2 cards a turn. We don't want to be too aggressive. This can be a designated blocker for the Rankle. Right now, I'm probably chump blocking the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Alright, we'll play out our land. We'll say go. Nice top deck. For Christ's sakes. Woo! Praise Jesus. The circle of loyalty is finally going to flex on me. Who wants to attack? Anybody? Who's up for this? And we are finding attackers. It's happening. Anybody else? Okay. And what is the Wintermore Commander helping out. The Cavalier of Night, sure. So we can block here, and they bounce off each other. We can block here, they bounce off each other, and we can chump here if we want to, or we could take 5. This might be even bigger in the future if the opponent pumps mana into it, so I think waiting is fine. I think taking 5 here, I'm gonna have to do it. Boom. Didn't read the Mirror Shield. Whenever a creature with Death Touch becomes blocked or is blocked by this creature, destroy it. Hype. So much hype. You didn't remember. Don't act like you did. Alright, let's tap those again. That's an artifact. That is a big boy artifact. Alright, this gains hexproof now. So we'll move this over here. Suit up. Oh yeah. 11-13. Damn, don't hurt him, Hammer. Don't hurt him. I'll make the post chat very, very quick. Run Bone Crusher Giants instead of Scorching Dragonfire. At least 2 or 3 of them. Take out... You might still want to leave like 1 Scorching Dragonfire in the deck for that occasional thing that must be exiled. The card definitely had its place, but Bone Crusher Giant would be a lot better. There were multiple games that Bone Crusher Giant would have won. Otherwise, I love it. It's still ridiculously fun. It's amazing how good Mirror Shield can be. Just kind of mind-blowing. We never drew the Royal Scions, not even once, so leave that up to you. Also, the artifacts in the sideboard might need some work. I didn't love what they were doing. I didn't love my options for the most part. And man, if we put white in this deck, we could play with Glass Casket in the sideboard or stuff like that. It would be a lot better off, since that's usually where the deck is falling short, is in removing key threats. But overall, I'm pretty happy. This deck is really fun. Jank is glorious. You can't say that the Hammer, suiting up the Hammer, and the Embercleave isn't the Jank. Also, that is gonna do it for this video. I believe that is Jank Week episode number 4. So the Jank Work Week continues with the final go of the nonsense tomorrow. So thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video, and goodbye.